Busy, busy, busy. Going to talk about the NFL as we just wrapped that junt up with all them Cowboys falling apart as they seem to always do. Little reminder of Leon Lett from back in the day yesterday for Cowboys fans, and what a tough way for the Cowboys to lose, but what a miracle way for me to win and cover the Bengals minus the 3.5, a little in thing. Couldn't get that total, but man, that is sometimes just part of life. We're going to give you our power rankings. Going to give you the top 10 teams in the National Football League. We'll talk about the playoff seedings right now where we're sitting because, again, Week 14 is in the books, 15, 16, 17, and 18, and then we get into the playoffs. Wild card start January 8th to 16. And you know we're not going to just talk NFL action. We're going to talk about some of the future NFL players. We got the Heisman out. We're going to talk about all them bad men in the Heisman. We're also going to talk about quarterbacks today and how hard it is to actually figure out what quarterback is going to be good in the National Football League. When we look at some of these college quarterbacks, which ones do we believe that can translate? So we're going to go all up in that business as well. And then we just got to talk about a little this, a little that. We got to talk some hoops. We got to talk a little college basketball. And, man, it's going to be busy. I hope you join the program today and hit me up at the Sissy's Log Cabin text and listener line. Life's too short for ordinary jewelry. And I want to know what you think about all the stuff that I'm going to talk. I want to know right now, who do you think are your top 5 quarterbacks in the national, like college football, the top 5 QBs that you think are going to get drafted and have an opportunity to do a whole lot in the National Football League? We'll break that down. We got Hardwood because it feels so good. I got a little special guest today at 12 o'clock. Danny Barlow's joining us at noon today. You know, Danny Barlow. Do y'all know who Danny Barlow is? UFC fighter. Hadn't lost. He's a pimp, works at the gym with me.
It's a pimp UFC fighter.
One of my good buddies is a guy who trains him as his coach. He's going to join us at 12 o'clock. We're going to talk UFC. I want to ask him what he thinks about Dana White, future of the combat sports, boxing. We are going to have a lot of fun. A little bit different on a Tuesday, but Danny Barlow's joining us at noon. I'm excited about this. We're going to do a little UFC. You know, again, Hardwood 12:30 got some crazy, funny stories. There's some weird stuff going on out there in the world, as always. And then, of course, we are going to break down and try to figure out what makes a great quarterback. And what I'm trying to say is like I want you to think about in college. Justin Fields started at Ohio State over Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow had to leave Ohio State. You know the rest is history when he went down to LSU. Quarterbacks in college, they have to do it just a little bit different than I think in the National Football League. Do you have exceptions? The guys who use their legs like Lamar Jackson, of course, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, who's fallen off in the last 4 weeks. We are talking quarterbacks and football teams. But I want to open up right now, off the jump with last night's football game. The Bengals and the Cowboys. This Bengals defense is not any good. They played a little bit better. Rico's been running the hell out of the ball for Dallas as of late. Jamar Chase went absolutely ham. Joe Burrow's still absolutely sick. He had 369 yards and 3 touchdown passes yesterday. Bengals got a 27-20 win. Huge just for their confidence. Now you have the Bengals and the Cowboys both 5-8. Thing that's crazy about the Cowboys, they've only won one time this year in front of their fans. They're 1-6 at home in Big D. Other games that we're going to break down and kind of look a little bit closer at is just basically like what in the hell are the Titans going to do? Callahan, is he gone already? Do they need to start making some moves? We got to also talk about, come on now, let's be real, man. Bills, Josh Allen, 3 touchdown passes, 3 touchdown runs, yet they still lost to the Rams. We're going to break out the best teams in the AFC. NFC, who we think they can actually go far. So we are going to get deep up in the National Football League. But got to ask all you people last night, I was freaking out. Bengals had the ball. I needed them to go score a touchdown for me to cover because at a -3.5, they got held. They had to punt. Punt gets blocked. My little man, who just got back from 4 games off, ball goes right to him. He touches it, goes back into the Bengals' hands, and they throw, of course, Joe Burrow throws a little out route to Jamar Chase, and he takes it to
Shout out
the
Jay Crane.
ribs.
That's how Jay Crane got that second touchdown with Jamar Chase.
Yep, it was a fun night of football, but it was also a lot of bad football. So we are going to break these type things down. Got to ask all of y'all again, though. Cowboys, Jerry Jones, talking to the media last night, Mike McCarthy, listening to the players. And I wanted to ask y'all what y'all thought about Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is obviously an elite talent. He can rush the quarterback. He is very, very good, but he is no LT. He is not Lawrence Taylor. And the thing that worries me about Micah Parsons is he one of the worst teammates in the NFL? He does his podcast where he's thrown his coach under the bus. He's thrown his owner under the bus. He threw his quarterback under the bus, wide receivers under the bus, the whole defensive unit under the bus. And yesterday, when my man, made a mistake, I don't know if you saw it, but he flipped out. And, of course, if you listen to his comments after the game, he's not there picking up his teammates. He's basically just saying that the Cowboys just do stupid things. And, again, as talented as he is, does he really love football the way that he should? Because I feel he likes his podcast more. I feel like he likes throwing his teammates under the bus a whole lot more. And I'm wondering if you're Dallas right now, and we all know about it, if you have a cancer in the locker room, and you already have some very abrasive characters. CeeDee Lamb gets upset very often. Throw me the damn ball. You got you got a couple people out there who are very frustrated, but I cannot think of a defensive player in the National Football League who jumps on his team more or talks more trash during his podcast than my man Micah Parsons. A leader is supposed to pick up his teammates. A leader leads by example. He doesn't put his head down. He doesn't whine. He doesn't cry. He doesn't complain. And he sure as hell shouldn't be pointing fingers. I think everybody in the whole wide world knows why Dallas lost that game. And again, it felt like Leon let in the snow when they were playing the Dolphins and they blocked the field goal, and then Leon goes and dives and slides, and then Miami recovers it and wins the football game. And I believe that was on Thanksgiving Day back when Jimmy Johnson was also the coach of the Cowboys. So Cowboys definitely have a lot of work to do. Mike McCarthy is definitely an issue. Dak Prescott's owed millions of dollars. He's been injured a few years. Got Cooper Rush doing his thing. You don't have a running, Rico Dowdle's done very good. But like Zeke's terrible. They need a running attack. Their offensive line's got to get better. Their secondary's got to get stronger. And they also have to learn how to stop the damn run. They are light in the britches. They're not the biggest defense out there. Defenses are different because they use a little bit more speed. But I just look at this Cowboys team and I think to myself, God, this could be the beginning of a terrible run for them. 12 wins, 3 straight years. Where are they going to go get a coach? You heard Jerry Jones talking yesterday about how Bill Belichick should be coming out of retirement because he definitely can coach. Would Jerry Jones and Bill Belichick actually work out? I don't know. Because I know one thing, Robert Kraft stayed the hell out of Bill Belichick's way, and that's how he got championships. The other thing is going to the Cowboys. I like Dak Prescott, but he sure as hell ain't Tom Brady. He's just not. So you kind of just look at that and wonder to yourself, what in the bleep is going on with this Cowboys team after all the whole off-season? A lot of people had them playing in the Super Bowl and doing all kinds of magical things. But just think about this Cowboys team this year. 6 losses at home. That's the most since 2015. 7 straight games allowing 20 points. That's their longest active streak. And they have 17 turnovers which is the most in the NFL. Not a recipe for success at all. And as bad as the Bengals defense have been this year, the Bengals have been close like you would not believe. In fact, the Bengals were 1-7 in one-score games until yesterday. And they finally took care of business. And then I want to look on the flip side about a team, because people were talking about this team. Cowboys, Bengals couldn't win one-possession games. Cowboys have not been able to win one-possession games. But yet, for some reason, we're crucifying the Chiefs in one-score games. And I just think it's absolutely ridiculous. Right now, they're in line for the first seed and a bye. And everything would have to go through Arrowhead and Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid. And you don't understand how good the Chiefs have been. In one-score games, decided by 8 or fewer points, NFL record, 15 straight wins, including playoff games last year, the Chiefs. 15 straight one-possession wins. 10-0 this year in one-score games this season, which is obviously the best in the NFL. And a lot of people keep saying, though, you're living on the edge, you're living on the edge, you're living on the edge. I don't know if you know this, so they're winning damn football games. They're winning. They blocked a kick against Chicago. Pat Mahomes makes some crazy plays. Defenses come up. Kansas City, everybody's like, oh, do me a favor. Tell me right now who you 100% trust more than Pat Mahomes, Kansas City, and Andy Reid. 2-time defending champs. Again, 15 straight one-possession wins going all the way back to last season. The most in NFL history. And again, the most important thing is they are 12-1. 12-1. Do you know over in the AFC, is there anybody that can catch them? I don't think so. Buffalo 10-3. Steelers 10-3. And nobody else is even really close. So I am definitely not out on the Kansas City Chiefs. Finding a way to win is a skill. Not choking under the fourth quarter pressure in the final couple minutes and being able to make the plays, that's not luck. That's skill. And it's better to be lucky than good. If you notice, Joe Burrow, how lucky was it that they blocked the kick, and then it hits a Dallas Cowboy fans, goes right back in there, and then the Steelers throw a touchdown pass to Jamar Chase like the very next play. I wouldn't say, like you create some of your own luck. And I think that's what the good football teams do.
I want my surgeon to be good and not lucky, sir.
Well, Pat Mahomes is good. Chris Jones is good. D-Hop's going to get going. And Andy Reid, if we have to say right now, tell me a coach in the National Football League that's better than Andy Reid.
Sean McVay.
Get the hell out of here.
I do.
I love Sean McVay. Don't get
He's
me
close,
wrong.
though. He's close.
Hey, he's got a Super Bowl ring. He's a damn good coach.
Just as many as Tomlin, right? Just one, right?
Uh-huh. He's absolutely great. I'm not going to sit there and take anything away from him. But they are just a little different. And then you look it over like Dan Campbell and the Minnesota Vikings, the Philadelphia Eagles. Like the AFC to me looks just a lot more. It looks easier to kind of try to feel it out. Like if the playoffs were going to start right now, Chiefs would have the 1 seed, Bills would have the 2, the Steelers would have the 3, and then, of course, the Texans would have the 4 at 8-5 because they're division winners. Baltimore would be in the 5 spot, Chargers in the 6, and the Denver Broncos are holding on to that 7th spot. National Football League. NFC. You talk about Kansas City being good and figuring out ways to win. Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions are playing as good as anybody. They smoke people. 12-1. Eagles 11-2. And the crazy thing is you got the Minnesota Vikings at 11-2 as well. But Seattle would win the West right now. Bucks win with the damn that terrible NFC South, they'd be the top 4 seeds. Minnesota 5, Green Bay 6, Washington Commanders 7, but the Rams are right there on their heels.
So say the NFC again. Who is 2 through 6?
So Lions 1,
Lions won.
Eagles 2, Seattle Seahawks 3, Tampa Bay Bucks 4, and then of course the 11-2 Minnesota Vikings, because they wouldn't win the NFC North. They would be the 5 seed. Green Bay, another team in the same damn division, would be 6. Washington over the NFC East would be 8 and 5 and sit there in that 7 spot. And the Rams are trying to hold on. The Rams are trying to catch the Commanders, the Rams. It's going to be fascinating down the stretch. It's that time of the year, though, where you also kind of got to look ahead and start seeing about strength of schedules and what you got coming down the pipe. And Thursday,
Huge. There you go, man. I think
Rams
you
and 49ers,
Come on,
bro.
baby.
Thursday night football. Thursday night football has been the best Thursday night football that I can remember. They finally actually are putting good games in the Thursday night slot. And we saw what the Rams did, outscoring. Did you know that the Rams and the Bills did not have a turnover in that entire game?
Damn, what's that? 85 points, no turnover?
That doesn't happen very often. 49ers got a big win. The crazy thing is I know it's in Levi Stadium there in Santa Clara. The boys out in Vegas have San Francisco as a 2.5-point favorite over this Rams team.
As we should. And
I don't know. Puka Nacua.
He looked scary, didn't he?
This is a
scary.
guy who came out, by the way, and ran a 4.5. He ain't Xavier Worthy running no 4.2. He ain't Jamar Chase running out of his mind. But whatever he does, I don't care if it's a slip screen, getting his toes down on the sideline, running a reverse. Like, this kid is just cold-blooded. And plus, of course, you got Cooper Kupp. I like the Rams. I just like them. They're on the road. They got a big win last week, and I am sorry.
They're not the same at home, though. I mean, on the road.
They are.
They're a little bit different.
They're 500 on the road. But San Francisco hadn't been dominating people at home this year.
Nope, we just got a good one out. And everything you just said about the Rams implies for the Niners if we get that win Thursday, because then we'll be in second place.
And I hate to say this, the Rams lost to the Seahawks, Packers, and Bills 3 straight games in a row before they played the crappiest team in the history of football in the Chicago Bears. Rams and Matt Stafford, this offense is starting to hum. Kyron Williams is running the football. Then San Francisco has the Dolphins, the Lions, and the Cardinals. Don't see them making it. I don't.
I not like
not.
Cardinals not playing well. The only game I'm kind of worried about with what you just said was Detroit. You could possibly win 4 of your last 5. You got to look at it that way.
They could. And we're going to talk so much more NFL again because it's almost that time. We got college football news. In a few minutes, I'm going to announce the Heisman, the finals, who I think should win and why. And then on the other side, I want to know what y'all think. Who are the top 5 quarterbacks in college football right now that you actually think could be effective pro quarterbacks?
I got a guy for you right quick.
That's pretty good if you like 6'5", 230-pound quarterbacks, laser, rocket arm.
You know.
Was that Peyton?
Come on, man. You remember that. That's the old school joint.
Dude,
I actually 6'5" laser rocket arm.
I also have to tell you this. I love watching the Manning telecast.
Love it.
With Bill Belichick.
Come on, man. What's better?
Bill Belichick is so great. I'm telling you right now, I feel like I'm taking a master's class when I listen to Eli,
yes,
Bill Belichick, and Peyton breaking down film and calling everything and about what they're supposed to do. It's
awesome,
a master's
dude.
class.
I love it. They took a step back with Chris Collinsworth last night. I was like, ugh.
Man, I don't like John Legend. Again, I don't dislike John Legend. He's a great singer and all that.
Yeah,
but I don't need John Legend to talk to me about football.
I kind of omitted him. I was just going from a football perspective. Yeah, Collinsworth was you don't need Legend on there.
No, just give me the whole first half.
Strangely enough, though, a couple of weeks ago, the Wilson brothers were good though.
Well, they're
Luke
just
and Owen,
funny.
they were just funny.
Yeah, and I like comedy, and I like funny, and Eli and Peyton are pretty funny, but
football-wise, like masterclass, you are head on.
I mean, again, I don't know. I've been shoot, I played football forever and ever. And I don't know if you know this. I've been doing
No, that's a song, right?
this. I've been doing this for, I can't even remember how long I've been doing this. Here for what, 14 years? At least.
You're getting up there, man.
Getting old too, but I still look
Beard used to be black back in the day.
damn good.
There you go.
It's all right. But, yeah, we're breaking all kinds of things down, though. I did want to remind you, though, because on the other side, it's Heisman. It's what makes a great quarterback. What are you looking for if you're a general manager, and how difficult it is to see a college, basically a college kid and how he's going to translate. We're going to do that on the other side, but I did want to remind you, everybody needs protection. You could be on the field, on the road, and you need the best. Bob Simpson at State Farm, he can buckle you up with auto insurance, back your life up with health insurance, cover your business, whether it's starting, growing, or maturing. And don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today, 901-381-1233. That's 901-381-1233. Or just go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, and that's my homie, Bob Simpson. Hey, do I sound like a crazy person today?
Yeah, you sound like a parent that's been yelling at their child all night. You do. Like, I'm just not having it today. I ain't in the mood. Like, yeah.
I think they say men can have periods, not literally like bleed and have a ovary situation. No, they don't say we can have periods. What do they say? We can have.
I don't know.
You know, like how a woman when she gets like cramps and menopause and just kind of a pain in the. You know what? I think I'm going through that today. One is also because my dogs kept me up all night. I'm a light sleeper.
I knew it was a parental deal. Yeah, the babies.
Dude, I wanted to beat my dogs last night. And of course, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Go get a call from Peter. You gonna get a call from Peter?
Oh no, I would never. I mean, Chas last. She's like, get on to them, and I'm like, Bentley, you're a bad boy.
You're the soft parent.
I am the softy, man. But on the other side, I'm going to talk about some of the players that I think are soft, some of the players that I think are going to be amazing. We're going to talk about the Heisman that's going down in New York. And we got football, and at 12 o'clock, don't forget, we're going to do things a little bit different because, again, my buddy Dave Barlow, he's going to join us today, undefeated in UFC, trains here in Memphis. Dude's a bad mamma jamma, super, super nice guy. Work out with him at the gym, and one of my good friends trains him. And I will tell you, watching him work out and seeing the things that he does are absolutely insane. And I'm kind of curious. Some of the best athletes in the world, we always talk football, basketball, we always talk about baseball. Man, these UFC fighters.
Next level.
Dude. Next freaking level. Dude jumped and did a spin kick with his head. Make sure he knocked my head off like 3 feet over my head. And I'm not the shortest man in the world. I'm 5'11". So it's not, you know what I mean? That ain't all that easy. I couldn't get my leg over a tiny person. At least not the two I walk on. Now, we are going to take a very, very quick time out because, again, we got to talk a little bit of college football and who do we think the stars of this year's draft class are going to be the stars of tomorrow in the National Football League. That's all coming up next on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Indulge yourself or your loved ones this season with a trip to Sissy's Log Cabin. Here, you can shop our expansive selection of designer brands, one-of-a-kind jewelry, and spectacular statement pieces, all while enjoying the Sissy's promise of unmatched quality, service, and brilliant natural values. Stop by any location or shop online at sissyslogcabin.com to find your trusted jeweler for holiday memories that last a lifetime. Make a statement this season only at Sissy's Log Cabin.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Automatic Gates Construction tailors custom gate solutions for all your residential, commercial, and industrial needs. needs, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes in designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blends security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution. Automatic Gates Construction at myautomaticgates.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
It's your last chance to snag Dell Technologies' lowest prices of the year before the holidays. The future is on sale today with limited time deals on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. This is their biggest sale of the year and the best time to upgrade, but it's only here for a limited time. Shop now at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
All the wisdom of the universe is in these flowers.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Jerry, how much emotional whiplash is there going from the block to punt to having that Aurora play?
Well, the odds are, the coach said we made the play and blocked the punt, but then we had a 1 and X happened when after blocking the punt, we touched the ball.
Gotta love Jerry, right?
Yeah, unless you're a Dallas Cowboy fan.
So
I
he
mean,
had a
that
1X
dude's so
chance.
crazy. You got to think about it, man. Jimmy Johnson won two Super Bowls and he fired his ass. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy was the man.
He was.
And then Barry Switzer, you know, who won a college national championship at Oklahoma, then goes to Dallas and wins with, you know, that team that won 2 in a row. And Switzer's got a NFL championship and a college football championship, but he wasn't half the coach of Jimmy Johnson. He really did run a tight ship. You always you go back to the deadgum Herschel Walker, you know, basically Dallas robbed the
Minnesota.
Eagles. Was it Eagles?
I thought it was Minnesota. The Vikings. The trade.
I thought he went to the man. You know
Herschel
what?
Walker,
Let
I
me
thought it
just
was
tell you
Minnesota.
something, man. Again, I'm barely here. And my memory is not helping me out all that much today. But we are now about to talk a little bit about the Heisman. And
Minnesota Vikings.
I'm kind of curious. What did you think about the 4 gentlemen who are going to jump up, take care of that business, and represent the 4 men in New York?
They got the right people. Even if you call it 2 5s, 2 7s, we know who's the winner is. Great runner-up. And,
I don't know who the winner is.
You know, John.
No, I don't.
You know.
I don't think I do.
You know who's winning.
I feel like this is so disrespectful to say. If you think Travis Hunter should win the Heisman, I feel like you just don't know ball.
But there's a lot of people that, I mean, obviously are going to vote for the guy, man. It's the two-way
Because he
factor.
plays 2 positions
He's
doesn't mean
great at 2 positions, John.
I want to explain something. How great Ashton Genty is.
He is.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I think he should win it. He's the most electrifying player in college football, period, in the discussion. I mean, watch what the kid's done and compare his 2024 stats with Derrick Henry's. In 11 games, Derrick Henry in 2015, when he won the Heisman, 13 games, he had 339 carries. In 11 games, Ashton Genty's had 275 yards. Genty, 2062. Derrick Henry, 1986. Genty's got more football to play. And again, he has the most yards after contact than any football player and running back that has played in college football. And for me, that's one of the things that sticks out. He not only can run you over, he run by you. He just does it all. 27 touchdowns already. Derrick Henry had 23. Do you know Derrick Henry had 5.9 yards per carry. Ashton Genty is running for 7.6 yards a touch, and he averages 188 yards per game. Derrick Henry 152. I love Travis Hunter. I think he is a hell of a football player. Thing is, though, I just still go back to this. Shedeur Sanders, I think, is still more important than Travis Hunter on that football team. And it's hard for me to sit there and say, well, Shedeur Sanders is the most important player on the football team, might be picked number 1 overall, but because he plays 2 positions, that all of a sudden now he is going to be the Heisman. I just find that absolutely a little bit crazy. And you can go down to the big board. All the awards that we've been talking about and just who's great and who's doing this. So I'll tell you the quarterbacks in just a minute and running backs. But first I want to get over here to wide receivers. McMillan out of Arizona State's ranked higher than Travis Hunter. Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State, higher than Travis Hunter. Luther Burden III, higher than Travis Hunter. Isaiah Bond, Texas, higher than Travis Hunter. Coming in at 5th is Travis Hunter at wide receiver. He is a great freaking football player. And by the way, he's a better human being. Did you listen to him talk? I mean, this is a kid who never gets in trouble, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, eats, breathes, drinks football, works his ass off, stays in shape.
Plays 98% of the snaps.
Plays all those snaps. But again, his impact on the game is huge. I mean, if you have 4 tackles and a pass breakup, 6 receptions for 75 yards, yes, you impacted the team, but how much did you really when Shedeur Sanders is throwing for like 369 yards and 3 touchdowns a game?
We'll give it to Shedeur because important is different.
Well, I mean, again, I'm not giving it to Shedeur either.
No, I don't either.
No. And have you looked at those who are going to be at the Heisman, by the way? You have all the names and the numbers?
Yes, sir.
So, no shocking, Dillon Gabriel, second Oregon quarterback in back-to-back seasons to be heading to New York.
Who's that first, Mariota?
No, Bo Nix. I'm saying
What?
second in 2 years.
Oh,
Mariota,
okay. Oh, I thought you said,
No,
okay.
no.
Okay.
I'm just saying back-to-back years, 2 different
Yeah, Nix,
quarterbacks,
okay.
both out of the transfer portal. Bo Nix came out there. He dominated last year. You see what he's doing in Denver. He was in New York. Dillon Gabriel, the little lefty, 3,558 yards, 29 touchdown passes. He is basically, he is doing his thing. I look at Cam Ward, though, on Dillon Gabriel. He threw for 4,123 yards, 38 touchdown passes. They did have 2 losses, but that's all because of the deadgum defense. And then Ashton Genty. Again, and I am so sorry, I shorted him. His rushing yards this year, that was my bad, through 11 games. He has 2,497 yards, 29 touchdowns at running the ball. They got a bye. I want to remember something. Boise State has a bye in the college football playoff. Where's Colorado in the college football playoff?
You're correct.
Sitting that ass home, ain't they?
But to your
Ashton Genty put his team on his back, almost beat Oregon, beat everybody else in front of him, and they're in the college football playoff. And you have Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, Deion Sanders, all those guys in the Big 12, and they couldn't get it done. It just feels to me, as much as I love Travis Hunter, and he's going to be a top 10 pick, 100%. But so is Ashton Genty. I mean, dude. In fact, on Mel Kiper's big board, consensus top 10 rankings of all players right now, you have Abdul Carter, the edge rusher off of Penn State. You have Will Johnson. Oh, again, remember I told you about Travis Hunter being a good cornerback? Will Johnson is the best cornerback at Michigan. I've been saying this all year. He's going to be the best NFL cornerback. You also have Mason Graham, the defensive tackle at Michigan, Ashton Genty, running back for Boise State. You got Shedeur Sanders, Colorado. And the other thing, too, by the way, I do feel bad about Shedeur Sanders not being invited. He threw for 3,926 yards, 35 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions, and he had an 80 QBR, good enough for 15th in the country.
He is a one big omission because they've invited 5 before.
Yes, they have.
They've invited 5 before.
And he's got better numbers than Dylan Gabriel. The problem is Dylan Gabriel plays on a football team that's undefeated and has the number 1 overall seed, even though their number 1 overall seed gave them one of the hardest routes in the history of all get out to get a national championship. I mean, you got to wait first game, winner of Ohio State and Tennessee, which it will be Tennessee. And then you're going to have to sit there and possibly play like Texas and Georgia going through. I mean, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. But yeah, that's just my Heisman talk. But the question is, I wanted to also ask y'all 901-360-8255. Let me know who you think the actual Heisman, who deserves the Heisman. And also let me know, who do you think is going to be the best quarterback in the National Football League? Who do you think?
I told you I like Nussmeier.
I like
Nussmeier. I'm tripling, doubling down. I like Nussmeier.
I like Nussmeier. So I got Mel Kiper's big board out right here.
I think Nussmeier's 5 on there.
Number 1, Kiper has Shedeur Sanders, Colorado. Only thing that worries me is he holds onto the ball a long time like Caleb Williams. Number 2, he has Cam Ward. Cam Ward, I've told you about his numbers. And again, this is a guy who ran the wing tee.
He's big and physical, too.
He is big and physical, and he has turned into a complete quarterback. He throws the ball vertically down the field, keeps his eyes down the field, makes the easy throws, makes the impossible throws, can move to his left and his right. I love both of these guys. But this is where I have a problem with a few things.
Is it Quinn next?
No, man, I almost fell over when I saw Mel Kiper has Jalen Milroe.
It's 3?
Yeah, I think Mel Kiper has been in the booger sugar a little bit too long. Jalen Milroe might be an unbelievable slash, wide receiver, running back, move him all over the field, Swiss Army knife.
Anthony Richardson.
He could be like, who's a little white kid down in Taysom Hill.
Little
Taysom Hill can, line up in different positions. He's a weapon. But I don't think I can see him drop back, 38 times in the National Football League, push the ball vertically down the field, and read defenses because he couldn't do it under Tommy Rees. He has not been able to do it this year under Kalen DeBoer. And after seeing him play in Oklahoma and then we're getting, 3 points? Man, I feel like Jalen Milroe has taken one hell of a hit. And having him at 3, I think, is crazy.
You've seen him. He plays in Indianapolis, John. He looks exactly like Anthony Richardson with better feet. Don't do it. We know exactly what that looks like. A lot of injuries early.
But Anthony Richardson can't throw the football either, and Jalen Milroe can't throw. Jalen Milroe has one pass. He can throw a beautiful, beautiful deep ball.
You call it moon? You think he has a moon ball?
Man, he has a moon ball like Russell Wilson. Throws that damn thing high, it comes right down, very accurate. But crossing routes, reading defenses. This is something that's 10 times more important in the National Football League, and he's not processing this type of information quickly as other guys. Garrett Nussmeier, I think, is much better at processing information and getting the ball quick out of his hands. Then this is where I think they're also lost their minds. They got Carson Beck at number 4. He's not going to play for Georgia the rest of the season. His career is over. I mean, his Georgia career is over. And what was it that you saw this year where you were like Carson Beck? I mean, he was a turnover machine. He's a Snapchat freak trying to get a little booty every single day. Loves the Cavender twins. Loves driving his Lambo. And when he's asked if he likes football, he's like, nah, not really. I don't like watching football. That Bo Nix, why did I tell you that the Denver Broncos were so sold on Bo Nix? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah.
So Sean Payton flew out last year before the draft, went out to Oregon, had a meeting with Bo Nix. He came in with his backpack. They were sitting there doing a little bit of talking. And McVay goes, what's in your backpack? And he didn't have to show him if he didn't want to. And he's like, oh, well, just the things that I need to get through the day. He's like, well, what's in there? He had an extra pair of cleats. He had tape. He had this rolling ball to help out your back, loosening up your back. He had bands. He had the whole entire playbook. Every single thing in his backpack had to do with one damn thing.
Ball.
Football, baby. And that's what you want when you want a leader of your franchise. Do you want Carson Beck who's like, I'll take the money to play, but I'm really not all that interested. I mean, Deshaun Watson is not interested in playing football. Did you see his dumb ass yesterday?
No, what do you do?
I mean, come on, man. You haven't heard what he's been doing? He is on vacation. He's been on vacation ever since he got injured with the Browns. Has not been with the team at one time. Has gone on the cruise. Was out in L.A. And him and his Jillian Annis or whatever, Annis, whatever her name is. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm looking out.
His girlfriend. They're just I know he's got $230 million and stuff, but he ain't working rehabbing. He's just out living his best life. And for me, if I'm the Brown, that just shows me he does not give a damn.
He's pretty much through, He's pretty much through with the NFL for this year anyway, That's what you get for being hurt and give you $230 million to kind of go somewhere and go away. It's pretty much what he's doing right now.
Sorry, I almost died. I sucked coffee down the wrong throat. And why, if it goes down your windpipe, does it hurt so bad?
Because it's not supposed to do that. Don't believe so.
My lungs are burning, bro.
No, they shouldn't burn.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Now, looking at all the quarterbacks that I talked about, Drew Allaire's up at 6.
Damn,
Quinn
you still
Ewers
hadn't
at
got
7.
the Nussmeier. How far down is my man?
Garrett Nussmeier was 5. Ewers is 6.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, wow.
I mean, it's just wild to me.
You still don't like Ewers? You still out on him? Because you only get 2.5 seconds.
I think
to throw the
Quinn
ball.
Ewers will never, ever, 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 ever be anything other than a backup in the National Football League. He's tiny. He doesn't like to get hit. He cannot run. And he's fragile. Very fragile. Tell me one season where he didn't miss at least 2 games playing for Texas. You can't.
He makes great commercials with Brian Boswell.
But you also look at his frame. Bryce Young has a small frame. These are big dudes. Like Troy Aikman was talking last night during the game. I mean, look how big Dan Marino was and Jim Kelly. And look how big John Elway was.
Peyton Manning, 6'5".
Peyton Manning. Like, I need a quarterback who is a full-grown ass man who can process, who can lead as a man, and also get the ball out of his hand accurately and completely master the offense. And those are what those guys do. Now, we've had Ryan Leaf, who looked like he had more talent in his pinky than most. You had, remember, Jamarcus Russell. He reminds me of Carson Beck. I'm not saying Carson Beck is sipping on some scissor up, but LSU quarterback. Did I say Russell Wilson?
I mean, Nussmeier.
No, I'm talking about Jamarcus Russell. Thank you. Remember Jamarcus Russell, LSU number 1 quarterback taken out?
Yeah, big guy.
Got washed out so fast, never watched film, didn't care, was always sipping on some scissor, wasn't trying to do anything to get better. That's how I feel Carson Beck's going to be.
What about our Tigers quarterback? He played for the Broncos.
Seth Hennigan. Oh, you're talking about Paxton Lynch? He's another guy who's just too stupid to be able to learn an offense.
6'7"?
6'6", Paxton Lynch, damn cannon. But, I hate to say this, dumber than a box of rocks.
I think you alluded to, what did I say, Denver, Brock Osweiler? He was pretty tall, too.
Big, tall.
Got paid.
6'6", 6'7". Just wasn't that type of quarterback. I don't know, man. Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, like quarterbacks that are successful in the National Football League, they're just built different. So I don't know how deep this is, but I do know one thing. Tight end, I don't even think it's a question who's the best tight end.
My man in Texas. You like
I have him, Gunnar Helm, is number 4.
That's his name, yeah, Gunnar. I like him.
Tyler Warren for Penn State. Again, he's 6'6", 260 pounds, runs like a deer, 88 receptions, 1,062 yards, 6 touchdowns, and he has a crummy quarterback in Drew Allaire who's throwing the football. Anyway, talked a little bit of some college football there just now as well. Now, we got to take a small time out because guess what we got to get ready to do?
What you got?
We are going to, don't forget today, we're going to rank our teams. It's Tuesday. I'm going to jump in that, give you the powerful and the powerless, what it is that, I think these teams are going to do. We're going to talk about that next. Don't forget, 12 o'clock, we got my man, Danny Barlow. He is a UFC super ass kicker. Dude just wins. I'm going to talk to him about Dana White. If you have any questions, don't forget Sissy's Log Cabin. Text and listener line. Life's too short for ordinary jewelry. Don't forget, though, Christmas is around the corner, peeps. You're running out of time. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road, down in Olive Branch. They got your whole family covered. Children's department, ladies' boutique, men's section, more jeans than you can shake a stick at. Jackets, hats, shirts, and the largest boot showroom in the world. If you can't make it to 5880 Goodman Road, down in Olive Branch, just shop online at frontierwesternstore.com. Back in two shakes. Sports 56. 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56.
Because it's Christmas, Family Leisure needs your help. Family Leisure has inventory that is off the move because it's Christmas. So don't wait. You can complete your ultimate game room with a new pool table, a new shuffleboard, new arcade games, or just get all of them for Christmas. Tons and tons of theater seating, overstock, or a place to move. 'Tis the season for fire pits. And all fire pits at Family Leisure are now 20 to 30% off. You say you didn't get a spa this year? Let's say no more. Spas are in stock, ready for Christmas delivery, and up to $1,500 off. These are just a few of the deals happening right now for Christmas. Just come on by and check out their gigantic showroom. You never know what kind of deal you're going to find. Family Leisure. With love and I-40, where family and fun come together for Christmas. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitney Road in Memphis, right off I-40.
I got a line.
He got a line.
She got a line. We got 4 lines. Cricket Nation. Q finger guns. Really easy. Super stress-free. 5G so fast. Like blazing fast. Games and memes. You'll have a blast. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. You can get fast 5G across 4 lines. As we discuss, take it from us. We 4 are 1. Cricket Nation.
And only $25 a line. Welcome to more lines. Welcome to Cricket Nation. Smile. You're on Cricket.
Cricket 5G requires a valid device. Is not available everywhere. Discount varies by line. Fees may apply. Terms and restrictions apply. See cricketwireless.com for details.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy. Ready to join them? Get 30% off at eucora.com/radio. That's UQORA.com/radio.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Just for December, we're offering 5 years, 0 interest financing on any holiday purchase with a special offer. Everything's affordable. Just pick any item, divide the price by 60, and match your payment. So come to Genesis Diamonds. Our experts help you choose the perfect and modern gift. Spread your payments over 5 years. Get holiday store hours, directions, and finance details at GenesisDiamonds.com. Happy holidays from Genesis Diamonds. Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. And we're about to talk to the best teams in the National Football League. We are going to rank them all the way from 1 down to 10. We'll get started. We might not finish it now, but we will finish it before the day's over. And I think it's right now pretty simple. I don't know if you noticed how fluid and how much it's changed this year. Like if you listen to my list, every single week it's different. We learned this, we learned that, things happen, people get injured. But let's just be real right now. If you had to say the best team in football, would you say the Detroit Lions, who have won 11 straight games and have basically done it in very convincing fashion since September 15, the loss to Tampa? The Lions have rolled off 11 in a row by an average of 16.5 points.
It was only their first game. They lost the first game of the season, and after then they've been
second game.
Was it second game?
Was it first? I think it was the second
and
game.
They've been kicking butt since, man.
I think, yeah, because they won the first game, lost the second game, and then won 11 in a row. And then I'm kind of curious though, but what about the Kansas City Chiefs? 12-1, same record as Detroit, and the edge for home field in the playoffs is even stronger with 4 games left for the Chiefs. But Kansas City's been basically far from as imposing as the Lions. The Chiefs are 10-0 in one-score games, and while some believe Kansas City's living on borrowed time,
yes,
winning nail biters, just basically pulling it out, I find that to be the fact that they have won the NFL record 15 straight games by 8 points or less. That, for me, shows that you know how to win football games.
Or they're MacGyver.
And tight games, Pat Mahomes, your defense making plays, special teams blocking kicks, Andy Reid calling what he's supposed to do. I feel, especially since you're the 2-time defending champs, and we saw what happened last year when we thought they were down and they went in the postseason. They went on the road. They went to Baltimore and won. They went to first Buffalo and won. Then they went to Baltimore and took care of business. If it goes through Kansas City, I believe in Kansas City even more than I believe in Detroit. So I'm putting actually Kansas City number 1, Detroit number 2. I was thinking to myself, Philadelphia with 11-2 record, that they were going to be my 3 spot, but then I started thinking about it. A.J. Brown's not happy. Jalen Hurts is whining. I'm not 100% sold on Nick Sirianni. The defense has been extremely well, and Saquon Barkley is a beast, possibly the MVP of the league. But if Jalen Hurts continues to regress, doesn't get the ball to A.J. Brown, misses wide open, running square ends where there's nobody within 10 yards of him, and you drop it off to Saquon Barkley for a little 2-yard gain, Jalen Hurts just doesn't feel like he's seeing the football well. No, can anybody run the ball better than the Philadelphia Eagles? I don't think so. But he's got to add to the passing game if they want to make that next step. So for me, I would have to say Buffalo's number 3. And it's because of one dude. I like Jalen Hurts. It's because the dude who has an S on his chest and plays the game different than anybody. I mean, Josh Allen has passed O.J. Simpson's for most rushing touchdowns in the Buffalo Bills. He throws the ball all over the damn yard. He can throw in bad weather. He can throw in snow, sleet, rain. There are no quarterback plays in the elements, I feel like, better than Josh Allen. The defense has given me a little cause for pause. We were talking about the wide receivers. That was a little bit worried. But then all of a sudden, man, you get things going in the right direction, and Josh Allen is kind of due. So I got Buffalo number 3. I'll put Philly at 4. And this one's hard. Do we really go with Pittsburgh at 10-3?
Absolutely. You probably could have put them at 3 because the Bills lost.
Both records 10-3. Offense for Buffalo, I trust more. I also trust Josh Allen more than I do trust Russell Wilson. I do like the defense for Pittsburgh better. But it's going to be hard to go on the road and win in Buffalo if they have to do that. I think they have a better chance. So those are right now.
What's your top 5? What's
top
other
5?
We'll give you other 5.
I'll give you the other 5 after Danny Barlow joins us. We'll also talk about like the week. So the New York Giants right now are the worst team in football at 2-11.
Don't forget those Raiders.
I mean, do the Giants go out and get Shedeur Sanders at Colorado?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Raiders right now 31. I think that they might go out there and grab themselves a little Cam Ward action. Patriots are terrible. I hear the Patriots love Travis Hunter though.
Defensively, I mean, got to fit. I don't think they're taking a quarterback. I think they're going to give May another shot.
Carolina, I think they should grab Abdul Carter from Penn State with the 4th pick. I mean, that dude is ridiculous.
Knowing them, they'll take Carson Beck.
And then the Cleveland Browns right now who are sitting in that 5th spot.
Should get a real quarterback in Nussmeier and just say, screw it. But they probably missed that.
But I'd see Cleveland kind of screwing this thing up and going out there and getting actually somebody like Jalen Milroe.
Yep. The Haslams, baby.
If I'm Cleveland, I know Jameis Winston's turning the ball over. But, dude, as a leader of men and somebody who's working hard, I mean, my man wears his faith on his sleeve, always positive. I really like him. But we've been talking a little NFL. We've been talking some college football. We got bowl games coming up around the corner. But it's time to switch gears and talk a little UFC football. Don't forget, though, if you're hungry for a little Mexican food, the flavors of Mexico melt in your mouth at Los Cabos near Summer and Graham. Lunch specials, 10 to 3. Happy hour is from 3 to 8. Check them out. Danny Barlow's on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Simple, smooth, and every sip as easy as the last. Tito's handmade vodka tastes just as good with tap water as it does your favorite mixer. Back in the day, Tito distilled, hand bottled, taste tested, sent out to a few friends, then taste tested again to give you the finest juice around. No frills, no flavors, no fancy labels, just the good stuff, just Tito's. For recipes, videos, and more, visit Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, 98 proof, crafted and savored responsibly.
Indulge yourself or your loved ones this season with a trip to Sissy's Log Cabin. Here, you can shop our expansive selection of designer brands, one-of-a-kind jewelry, and spectacular statement pieces, all while enjoying the Sissy's promise of unmatched quality, service, and brilliant natural diamonds. Stop by any location or shop online at Sissy'sLogCabin.com to find your trusted jeweler for holiday memories that will last a lifetime. Make a statement this season only at Sissy's Log Cabin.
It's a holiday experience like no other. The Light Garden at Olive Branch City Park. It's a walk-through entertainment extravaganza with hundreds of giant 3D Christmas-like displays, photos with Santa, food and drinks, and special events including fireworks on New Year's Eve. New this year is a winter-inspired 18-hole miniature golf course. Bring the family out nightly through January 1st. Go to lightgarden.online for details and to buy tickets. And stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM for chances to win tickets to go to the Light Garden.
56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery instead of dependable service and no long-term contracts. An easy choice. Call Jeff Matus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now 382-2363. That's 382-2363. That was one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 at 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a little two-stepping Tuesday, baby. You know what we do when we're two-stepping?
You sound so much better. I'm glad. There you go. What we do?
Man, we do Tito's.
Welcome back.
Give me a little bit of Tito's like this, and then I do a little two-stepping over to the cutest girl when I get a little liquid courage in me, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Not that liquid courage.
I don't usually need too much courage to talk to young ladies, but man, let me tell you something. I put it on thick when I get a little Tito's in my life. And let's not forget, holidays right around the corner. What a great gift, man. Bring the best spirit. Tito's Handmade Vodka, 4-time gold medal winner of the Vodka Tonic of the Year. It's not Russian vodka. Tito Beverage came up with this vodka when he watched Rocky Balboa knock out Drago.
And that's his real name, too, right?
Tito Beverage?
Yep.
Uh-huh. And he said, dude, I'm not eating potato vodka with gluten. I'm not drinking no commie vodka. I'm making USA vodka. They now craft and still it down in Austin, Texas, 6 times distilled before they still it in classic copper pots. Gives it a unique flavor, slightly sweet with the black pepper note. It balances everything out with your crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Whatever you do, get your Tito's on today. Fired up. I got Danny Barlow in the house. My man is a UFC fighter, undefeated professional right now in the UFC. He's always out there training, putting in the work. Sometimes when you as an average person like me, when you're in a gym and you see some of the things that Danny's doing over there, it does kind of scare you because holy hell, the athletes that are in the UFC and the Octagon are some of the best in the entire world. And they do all of this. But the first thing I want to do is first and foremost say, what's up, Danny? How's life?
What's up with it, man? What it do, man? Life good. Life good.
Man, can I ask you, how young are you?
I'm 29. 29, man.
When did you first get into UFC fighting and decided that one day, you know what, I want to train?
I mean, I started training like 5 years ago. In Memphis, I started training at a UFC gym. And like I said, I really didn't get into MMA. I really got into boxing. You know what I'm saying? I got into like really throwing hands. My first coach when I came to the gym was Terry Johnson. He's a dream killer. And he was more so a Muay Thai striker. But it wasn't really too many guys that was really fighting. All the fighters was at like the other UFC location in I said Cordova at the time. So they came over and that's what got me into MMA. That's when Brian Hall brought the team over. And that's when I got into really like everything. The whole mixed martial arts.
And now your career started to take off, and I did want to kind of ask you this. What's Dana White like?
I mean, bro, he like everybody else boss. You know what I'm saying? He a great businessman, but like I said, with business, the business can be going good on your side. It can be going bad on your side. So it's like it's what product you creating. So I feel like he good if you bringing in good product. You know what I'm saying? So he good to me. You know what I'm saying? So because we bringing in that good product.
Man, bringing in the good product. The other thing about it is, have you ever seen, I mean, when you look at the NFL and Roger Goodell, or you look at Rob Manfred, if you look, Adam Silver, there is not I don't think anyone who runs their organization even close to the way Dana White does it. He comes out there with big brass ones. He speaks his mind. And I feel that's one of the reasons that UFC's also taking off so much, because he's not, shooting rainbows and BS up your keister. He just is straight up real.
Yeah. Nah, for real. Like, and when I say, I think he's the best because, like I said, he shoot it straight forward. Like I said, he don't say what you want to hear. He tell you what you need to be hearing. And like I said, now he the realest guy that I didn't see do what he do. And I feel like what he giving to the world is important and it's special because like if you go to Bellator, it's like, or you go to any other promotion, they not promoting. You know what I'm saying? They not promoting you. So it's like, I don't care if you're the best fighter at Bellator. we don't really know who you are. You know, it's as far as like, yeah, we might have seen you fight, we know, but it's like I think UFC do good with, you know, expressing those characters that's in the UFC also. So you know what I'm saying. So I feel like he definitely do a way better job on exploiting that as far as the individuals that's in the UFC.
When you got into UFC and you've had I think 9 professional fights in the UFC, 9-0, tearing things up. 11 total professional fights, but 9 in the UFC. Absolutely tearing it up. What weight class do you fight in?
Man, I fight at welterweight, 170. You know what I'm saying? I fight at 170. You know what I'm saying? One of the most dangerous weight classes, in the UFC. The most packed, the most stacked with talent, So, yeah.
Damn, man. It's got to be wild. Now, I got to ask you because, we talk about athletes sometimes before the game getting hype, or some people sit quietly, might get a little nervous. We watch Mike Tyson, the way he handled things before games. What is your fight day? What is it like? What is your routine?
Bruh, number one, like we bring Memphis everywhere we go. You know what I'm saying? We bumping Dolph. We coming that jump. We feeling
bumping Dolph.
Man, we feeling good, bro. Like we like the big thing about fighting in this is especially all the guys that come under me, like all the new fighters that come. I let them know, bro. We understand the nerves. We understand the pressure it take to do the sport, bro. But hey, man, it's about expressing yourself. And if you get in that ring and you freeze up, you're not gonna express yourself. But one thing is for sure, you gonna get in that cage. It's either you gonna give a show or you gonna get showed up. Somebody gonna show up on you, bro. So it's like, man, we come in like on that night, bro. It's different because the cameras is different because the interviews is different because like it's real. It's like being on 2K. I used to see my cousin play 2K story mode, and it's real, bro. It's like I can't exaggerate nothing that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? The people that you seeing, so it's a lot of pressure. It's more pressure. And if you a fanboy or you a person that what I'm saying don't have your own swag or have your own juice, like it kind of overtake you. So we come in bringing Memphis, like we come in Memphis, bro, raw. Come in bumping Dolph, come in live, come in, we warm up, but we do everything relaxed, we do everything with swag, and that's how that's what we take in the cage, win, lose, or draw. It have been successful, ever since. It's been working. So, that's what we do, man. So that's a day of just really fun. We really ignoring what the pressure really is. Because on that level, bro, it's crazy. Like I wish everybody could be there one day, you know what I'm saying? Because it like you don't know it until you get there and you're like, bro, damn, okay. And you shake a hand with Dana White, but it's about business. It ain't about signing. Ain't about you can't act going. These are my coworkers, bro. I ain't going when I go to the Apex. I ain't trying to get autographs and stuff. And I with my cameraman 4K when we seen Jamal Hill right before he fought Alex Pereira. He was getting massages right next to me because they show love. They treat you just like that. And I just had a contender series fight, so I haven't had my debut yet. And they showed me love. They treated me like a superstar in there. You know what I'm saying? As far as the workers, they gave me the same. I'm getting the same physical therapy that Jamal Hill getting, and I didn't speak to him. I didn't speak to Jamal Hill at all. I'm like, bro, they gonna know me. You know what I'm saying? I was in high school before. They was gonna know me. Like I'm gonna show them. They gonna know who I am before. After my debut, Jamal Hill walked up to me. It was like 2 occasions he walked up to me before the fight. You know what I'm saying? After the fight, he came up to me and like had a whole conversation with my, just like showing love. So I feel like, it's been a great experience as far as that too.
And I love the fact that you bring Memphis because it's Memphis, man. Most beautiful land in the whole world. Got a little funny story for you. So when young Dolph passed, I was where they were having his funeral is also next to another funeral home.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the other funeral home. Didn't know young Dolph was being married. So, you know me, I pull up in. There's helicopters. There's cops everywhere. There's 100 people out there. And I'm like, man, I was like, damn, I didn't know she was so famous.
Right.
So I pull up and the cops are like, where are you going? I was like, I need to get into the funeral. I'm part of the funeral. And the guy kind of looked at me like, you're part of the funeral? I was like, yeah. They let me go on in. Me and my girl went and parked. Man, we got out and we walked in and I opened up that door. I said, oh, damn, I'm at the wrong funeral.
Yeah, the wrong joint.
Well, we didn't leave. We sat there and watched that whole joint. And I swear to you, it was absolutely wild.
So you came to Dolph funeral by mistake?
By mistake.
That's yeah.
I was supposed to be at the other one next door, and by the time Dolph was over, and I did make it to the other one, they were already done.
By mistake, man. You know
It was, but it was like it worked out. Memphis.
Oh yeah.
Now, how's my boy Jason doing? Does he work with you still?
Oh yeah, my coach Jason McDonald.
He's awesome.
The McDonald, man. Ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you, like, Coach was introduced to me as my coach, and like, he real. One thing I learned, he was a real technician, bro. Like, he come to the gym, it's like we think we looking good, we doing good. It's like whatever we was doing, it's like he always seen something that was wrong, and I'm a perfectionist myself, so it's like when he came in giving his techniques, I was like, bro, I like him because I grew up with my uncle in the gym, and I shoot a three, and it's like one time, even if I hit, he like, bro, your elbow wasn't in. You know what I'm saying? Like the ball is in the palm of your hand. So it's like I'm used to training like that to where I like seeing somebody, you know what I'm saying, like call out certain things about technique. So I want to be the best. I want to be perfect. And that's how he is. And that's what I'm saying. If it started off seeing him at LA Fitness working out, I always see him, you know what I'm saying? Then I seen him at Crunch, and I'm always just seeing him in the outside gyms. And he seen me at Crunch, like, bro, just start bringing the pass up there, bro. So we started turning up at Crunch. You know what I'm saying? We've been turning Crunch up for like a couple months.
Months now.
Yeah, so yeah. But he been my coach. He'll come in, give seminar, teach classes, but it seemed like it's not enough time with him. But like that one-on-one time with him was different, bro. Because it's like he not correcting the whole class. It's like you getting a chance to get that whole, all that pressure and all that that his energy and what he giving directly on you. So it definitely make you better in every type of way.
I love my homie Jason, man.
Yeah,
we
man,
good
Coach
friends.
Craig. Shout out to him, man.
I got to also ask you now, when you've been fighting for a while, again, 9 professional fights. There's so many different styles of fighters, which I find out to be fascinating about the UFC. Like you said, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, boxers, grapplers, guys who ground and pound. John Bones Jones, who just whips ass. Like, you got so many different styles. What is the one style that you think gives you the most trouble that you're going to have to focus on working on?
Man, I'm always say ground game. I'm always say the wrestlers because they just everybody. You know, if you're not a person that been wrestling and grappling your whole life, your muscle memory you gotta just respect it. You see what I'm saying? So it's just more so respect I got for the wrestlers and grapplers because they stand for everything I don't. You know, I'm the type of guy that I'm a striker, but I'm not a scary striker. I mean, I step in the pocket and bang. You know what I'm saying? It's like any type of thing you want to do on the feet, I can respect and oblige it. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's like we just need to go and win the fight, we need to Floyd Mayweather, I can do that. But bro, the wrestlers and grapplers, they can make a fight long. They can make a fight boring. They can make a fight tough. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, and every real fighter know that's a real art though. Like fans will watch it, but they're wrestling. It kills. It's suffocating. It's, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of the type of things that I feel like even though I can wrestle and even though I can grapple, I just respect it because I naturally haven't put that much time in it. You see what I'm saying?
When you got fighters like Israel Adesanya, you have, of course, Conor McGregor, you had my man from Russia who was so good, they used to wrestle bears.
Khabib,
thank you. Khabib Nurmagomedov.
I'm glad he retired though.
Dude, that dude was cold-blooded, was he not?
Yeah.
Like, he was just built different.
Yeah, for real. And then, like I said, he grew up doing it. And I ain't gonna lie, I think I them Russian on steroids too, bro.
Yeah, I can believe that
I
too.
think they on the road.
A little
bro.
cream, a little clear, like Barry Bonds back in the day.
Bro, I think
a little Osterstone.
I think they grew up taking it though. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
6'7".
Yeah, I feel like they grew up taking it, and I think they, because once it get in your system, bro, like even if you stop taking it, do the effect that they just feel like. I fought a Russian my last fight, and he just felt like, you know what I'm saying? It's like ain't no way this guy was the same weight class as me. You know what I'm saying? I felt good on my technique. I felt strong because I'm a beast. I hit the weight, so it's like I can tell. But he felt like I was going against one of my heavyweights. It felt like I wanted, training and sparring against one of my heavyweights at the gym. So yeah, bro.
Young people out there, again, you have football, baseball, basketball. You got all kinds of young things out there. If you're a young kid and you want to get in a fighter, when do you think it's a good age to actually go in there trying to find a gym and start working on your craft?
Man, I think when it come down to jiu-jitsu, like wrestling, early as possible. Because I feel like the kid's so good now, it's like a blue belt, bruh. Like, let's say a 2010 blue belt, black belt is like a 2024 white belt now. It's like, for real, they cold. So I feel like as young, I think start wrestling, start grabbing because you ain't getting all that damage. That you ain't getting all that punching. Like I feel like you should start doing the footwork mix and sparring around by like 12. Only because, I feel like you should have all the technique. I think jiu-jitsu is great technique, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like as soon as they can start walk for jiu-jitsu, and as far as like technique, mitt works and footwork for the stand-up, as early as possible. But as far as the striking and getting into the game will break them down early. Like, I've seen a lot of people burn out fast.
Gotta know, man. Football players, I played ball my whole life. After a game, you are so sore. I can't imagine. How many days does it take for you to get back to yourself after a hell of a fight?
I mean, it depends. Cause it depends on if you actually really are hurt, like physically, but mentally. But I think after every fighter feel like retiring. They just don't tell nobody because it's a long drawn out process, especially if you got a 3 to 4, 4 month camp with a real killer. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, it's just it's the wear and tear it have on your mind thinking. Like you can't, like everything you eat, you thinking about everything. When you ain't sleeping enough, it's like everything affects you on a microscopic level, bro. So it's like. Yeah, like it's stressful on the mind. So I say, yeah, like I said, I have learned to kind of like. Make everything just smooth, like make everything just like so I bounce back pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? Because I that's what I focus on the mindset. But I'm just saying like it ain't no telling. I think certain depends on the type of fight. I don't think they ever bounce back. Some fights really take people out the game, especially if they have them wars. When you have your first real war, to where you gotta bite down on your mouthpiece, and this a guy that y'all matched up and like he trying to get you out of you trying like. And I haven't had that yet, but I have seen that. After fighters come back from that, it'll be a great fight, but then they just never be the same after that fight, after that real war.
Is Conor McGregor, again, he had a great little run.
Yeah.
Hell of a run. Now it seems like he's more Hollywood, Proper 12, making businessman decisions, money, be in movies. Is this a guy that you ever actually see getting back in the top of the UFC? Me neither.
No. I mean, you got, bro. This game is about hunger. This game is about, bro. You the 8, and it's like more so. Even if what I'm saying, you got God's blessing. People are chosen for sure. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was one of the chosen guys. With that power. You know what I'm saying? But dude, it's like. Why would God? He didn't bless you, bro. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I feel like what you do with it, it's important. And like a lot of times you'll see a lot of morals in a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you can't buy $1 million can't buy a world champion. You know what I'm saying? So it's the respect thing. You see what I'm saying? So I think he want to, but it's impossible. It's too many hungry guys out here. It's the game of hunger. Like we need that bread.
How does John Bones Jones keep the hunger? He's been so damn good at the top of games for so damn long, and when he came back the other day, a lot of people were thinking that he might be in trouble, and then he went out there, won it again. Like what is it that separates him from other fighters?
My Jesus Christ. You know what he say after every fight?
Every fight sure does.
Jesus. But I'm gonna tell you another thing. Like John Jones take the game serious. Like, as far as like the training, like the thing about it is it's a time and place for everything. And I think John Jones is very regiment, based as far as like how he trained. He really worked. Like John Jones, you never see John Jones defending a rear naked choke. You never see John Jones defending a triangle because he's always in a strong position. And he hit them weights, bro. Like them weights are really slept on. I know a lot of guys got great technique and they done made it off like a lot of technique, but bro, John Jones really have that work ethic to where you'll see him squatting 300, 50 pounds, deadlifting 500 pounds. That mean that he just take the game serious, bro.
Damn.
And so he taking the game serious. And so he putting in that real work. And he still respect fight. You know how you got let's say prime example. Are you familiar with the Alex Pereira
yes,
and Jamal Hill situation? Mm-hmm. Like Alex Pereira got knocked out by Izzy, and what he do? Jump right back on him. He win and lose. That's why I respect him. Of course, the world love him because who he is, but I love him because he show fighters that, bro, get back on we all professionals. Anything can happen. We understand fans. But go back to the drawing board, get back on the road, let's work. And Jamal Hill is it's like 6, 7, 8 months. Like Alex Pereira then knocked out 3, 4 more people. He's still working and he coming in the gym, out of shape, fat. You know what I'm saying? Like he's lost focus. So I feel like that focus is important. And John Jones got that, and great fighters have that focus to where, man, while I'm fighting, it's about fighting. Now it's about partying. Let's party. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that like the guys, once they get to a certain level, they start to get the money. They don't make it about fighting. They make it about money. And I just think, that's what separates the difference. When you in that top 10, top 5, bro, it's about that focus. It's about that what you can't buy. It's about the legacy, and I think that's what he care about the legacy. That's why you even talking about the fights with Tom Aspinall. He's like, it's about his legacy. You know what I'm saying? That's what's important. That's what it felt a different motivation. So once you get that, if that money, you hungry, you get that money. It got to be another thing that motivates you.
And it's we're talking about the amazing fighters. Dana White's been great. How much do you think though Joe Rogan also brings to UFC? Because of course his podcast is off the chain, and then he does those fights. And there are a lot of people out there who are just huge fans of Rogan.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Joe Rogan is one of the most exciting characters of of the UFC, because it's like, man, it's just something about a calm, cool dude that that know a lot of information, and that's familiar with a lot of backgrounds, like ethnic background groups, and he actually can fight. So it's like he always judging from experience and understanding. Like he ain't like Dana White really wanted to see you get knocked out. He want to see. That's why he got slapped. He looked like, that's crazy to me. Like people just want to see people slap.
That slap fight.
Yeah, I watch it because it's funny, but it's like sometimes people just want to see you get knocked out. But I feel like Joe Rogan, he'll actually mixed martial artist that he knows something about the game. So it's like when you talking to him, it's like you can have a real personal conversation with him. It's more so therapeutic.
We're talking with the Danny Barlow, my man. I'm telling you, he's going to go a lot of places in the UFC. I'm going to keep an eye on him and watch him. I'll see you over Crunch. See you at Jason. You're going to be coming here a little bit more regularly, and especially when you get your next fight scheduled. We're going to have all of Memphis backing you, and we're ready to see you go out there and take care of your business.
Yes, sir, man. And like I said, man, you can talk about I hoop too. I play football. I played everything, man. So I see sports, man. When they come down to sports, man, we can talk about all that.
Man, now speaking of that, do you like football?
Man, I like football, man. I'm more so on Coach Prime bandwagon right now. That's why I'm going through that phase.
All right, I got a great question.
Don't look over here.
No, I got a great question for you. Who do you think's more important to their football team? Is it Travis Hunter or Shedeur Sanders?
Man, I can't really. I gotta say Travis Hunter because who he is outside of football. But Shedeur's they give two different things, bro. I think Shedeur give us that completion of we finally got the son that is just probably just as great as his dad. We got a lot of Travis Hunters. We got a lot of people that was guys that had connection with great legends that they rubbed off on somebody else's son. But to see that Shedeur come with that type of pressure, bro, he balanced that type of pressure on them type of levels, and to do what he have done, I love to see that. You know what I'm saying? I love to see that. So I feel like both of them is equally, because I feel like Shedeur is going to go further than him as far as NFL.
Yeah, I do. I feel like he'll be the first quarterback coming off the draft.
Yeah,
the only thing is I'm scared to death if he goes to the Giants.
Why you say that?
Man, Giants hadn't been able to get things right since Eli Manning retired, man.
But I'm going to be real, though. He the type, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say he'll do better than Travis. I feel like Travis Hunter got a target on his back. He's not going to be able to play both. I'm glad he did it in college, but he's not going to be able to play both in NFL because he got it's too much.
18-week season plus the playoffs.
But if he was a 6'4", 210 DB that can move how he move, which like I said, that's the thing about weight classes and weights. He too small to do both. He didn't get hurt. He gonna bro, them bodies different.
Yep.
Bro. So it's man, I feel like he good. I feel like if he got to definitely I say you got to be star or something. He got to pick one, and when he pick one, he got to dedicate everything to it because them guys on that level, bro. And even if somebody let him play around with it, he could do it, but he'll get hurt. So I feel like Shedeur, I don't care where he go. I think they're gonna build and I think it's gonna be just like the Colorado. I feel like, dude, he's a game changer. He's not just a quarterback that can throw if you protect him. He showed that he know how to make good decisions.
Dude, the Hail Mary this year that he threw, the daggum shaking a guy off, throwing a 38-yard out route across the damn field to get a first down on. I mean, he's made some hella throws. And Colorado. The one other thing is, Coach Prime took over one of the worst programs in the country and had them this year. I mean, just totally different right there, fighting for the Big 12. So you got to give Prime a whole lot of credit. I'm curious, do you think Prime ends up staying at Colorado, or is he going to disappear and take it to another level after his kids, or do you think he might dip his toe in the National Football League?
He gonna stay. He gonna stay at Colorado.
He gonna stay at Colorado
because at the same time, I can tell when he was leaving Jackson, because at the same time it's like you could tell he built something, and he moved forward. To me, I feel like he could follow them, but following them to the league, that, you know what I'm saying, it's just gonna be too much for them as a group. Meaning that he can't, like, he gave Colorado, like, you know what I'm saying, a package. I don't feel like he can give a package, you know what I'm saying, to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Those are great guys that they can build around. Like, basically, Travis Hunter's, like, he gonna bring in the money, you know, to whatever program he go to. So that's where they selling it. You know, they're not selling it really at talent. They selling really at, like, who they are and their face. Shedeur, he like, same thing. Like, when he go to, he gonna sell basically off him being who he is. And the thing about it, both of them can play. It's gonna be a Bronny James situation, but some guys that actually can bring some real tools to the box for sure.
Man, we've been talking with Danny Barlow, UFC fighter, going to join us a whole lot more. Thank you so much for your time. Good luck. I know you're going to kick ass. I'll be seeing you all over the place. I'll say, Jay, what up? And anytime you want to hop on and rap, just hit me up, my friend.
Hey, John, I got something for him, too. Did you know? Well, I'm pretty sure you know, but, John, how about this? Bodyslam.net in the past 24 hours named Danny the future star of the year. Did you know it? Did you not know it?
You didn't know that, did you?
I mean, nah.
Did you know it?
Nah.
Yep. Bodyslam.net has named you the future star of the year for 2024. Good, sir.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate that, man. That's love.
Man, we got
somebody
the star.
to see it, man.
And he represents Memphis.
Man. Memphis, man. South Memphis, Westwood, man. Orange Mound. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Danny Barlow, be blessed. We're going to take a quick time out. We're going to be back in 2 shakes. You know what we got. Got a little hardwood on the other side. Peeps, come back and join me. Back in 2 Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11, here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
High-energy, full-body workout that utilizes the same equipment and technology employed by Floyd Mayweather to achieve his impressive 50-0 record. The workout features 4 types of heavy bags, treadmills, rows, battle ropes, weights, and much more. Visit Mayweather Boxing and Fitness, located at 2257 North Germantown Parkway in Cordova. Train like a champ. Mayweather Boxing and Fitness. 901-673-1267.
Bombshell. Citigroup's latest prediction, gold rocketing past $3,000 by 2025. Think about that number, $3,000. While Wall Street scrambles, here's what they won't tell you. This isn't just a prediction, it's a wake-up call. Every day you wait could cost you. Every moment of hesitation, a lost opportunity. Every maybe tomorrow, another step behind. Smart investors are already moving. They see what's coming. A golden tide that could lift some boats and leave others high and dry. Where will you be when gold hits $3,000? Celebrating your foresight or wishing you'd listened? Noble Gold Investments is your bridge to that future, your partner in preparation, your guide to what's coming. Be positioned. Be confident. Visit NobleGoldInvestments.com now and get 10 1-ounce silver American Eagle coins with a qualified account. Just use promo code SILVER because $3,000 gold won't wait for permission. That's NobleGoldInvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risk. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making any investment decision.
It's a holiday experience like no other. The White Garden at Olive Branch City Park. It's a walk-through entertainment extravaganza with hundreds of giant 3D Christmas-like displays, photos with Santa, food and drinks, and special events including fireworks on New Year's Eve. New this year is a winter-inspired 18-hole miniature golf course. Bring the family out nightly through January 1st. Go to whitegarden.online for details and to buy tickets. And stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM for chances to win tickets to go see the White Garden.
Online radio show is back on WHBU Sports 56.
consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Big thanks to Danny Barlow. My man is going to be one of the future superstars over at UFC. First time I ever saw Danny Barlow was at Crunch. And I'm with my buddy Jason because everybody knows I completely pulled my groin, tore my oblique, broke 4 ribs, and turned into a big... I don't think I should say that.
Yeah, that was it.
But I'm trying to get back, and when we were over there, I haven't seen anybody work out that hard in one place. Like jumping over, you know how like you do the box jumps? My man is bouncing over a whole entire one, not landing on it, bouncing over another one, doing another one, kicking, hitting,
those Jean-Claude Van Damme
lifting.
action.
My goodness, you definitely don't want to upset Danny Barlow, but he's one of the nicest guys I've ever met, and I'm telling you, I'm going to be fun. It's going to be fun watching his career grow.
You don't get named Future Star of the Year for nothing, right? Yeah.
No,
that's almost it's like Rookie of the Year, right?
He is freaking amazing. So, and just can talk very,
yeah. You can let him go. Yeah.
You know, it's so ridiculous. Talks hoops, talks football. Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders. We talked about Joe Rogan, Dana White, what it's like. He was straight up honest. I appreciate it. You know, the grapplers, the guys who get down on the ground and wrestle.
He made me think about Dean Malenko. He was talking about wrestling and grappling, man. He can talk.
He definitely can. And I'm telling you right now, he's hungry, he's young, and he's going to keep kicking ass. So we'll be keeping an eye on him. We'll have him back and forth. And remember, he's Memphis, Maine. So everybody out there, you know we are Memphis. So make sure you support him. Getaway Sports Bar, by the way. Let's just say that he beat me up. Danny, do you know where I'd have to go?
Where'd you have to go?
I'd have to go cry in my beer at Getaway Sports Bar because it wouldn't go very well for me. But I would drink the coldest beer in town. I'd eat me some bar grub.
No, you'd put the coldest beer in town on your the swollen eye. Yeah,
my broken orbital bone. But man, going over to Getaway again, the cool thing, they got 6 pool tables, 2 dartboards, a golden tee, 15 monster TVs, a total of 20. They got the games on. Again, if you're looking for a sports bar, 24/7, 365 with a friendly staff, diverse atmosphere, and again, the most important thing, the coldest beer in town. Head on over to 4632 Winchester Road. When it's time to get away, it's Getaway Sports Bar. Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Oh my goodness. Now, we got to do this real quick because I haven't finished it. And again, this is not necessarily something that's an absolute hilarious story right off the jump.
I'm glad I'm prepared, man. I didn't know you felt like it today.
Felt like what?
A little Hardwood. You got to be perked up. You got to give it to us. You got to give it to us.
I'm going to try. I am trying. And by the way, I don't know if you heard this. Another quarterback had his home burglarized after Monday Night Football. Do you know that is now the 6th NFL player this year while they were out playing football that somebody has broken into their house? You had Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. So, like, what is it that these people are doing? Just following, like, hey, you play on Monday night, I got a crew, and we're going to go take everything out your crib.
Yeah, and sometimes you worry about that type of stuff, you know.
I'm just saying, how the hell they know where Joe Burrow lives?
I don't want to give the creeps and criminals any ideas, but, I mean, you know, you see them out in public, and there it is, you know.
Well, one other thing that I saw I thought was pretty interesting. Did you see, you know, Time Magazine?
Oh, of course.
Okay. So they just did the Athlete of the Year. And guess who it was? Shouldn't be a shocker, in my opinion.
Brian Dacus.
Hell no, he's not an athlete. When did he ever play sports?
Dacus played football. For your Harding.
Does it count if you...
Not Harding.
No, Houston.
Houston, yeah. I'd say Harding. Get him. Houston. My bad, Dacus.
Did Dacus play?
Yeah, he played, man.
Played what?
Football.
Bench warmer?
You got to add no, man. 360-8255, Brian Dacus, if you're riding around town.
Listen to me and let me know. Anyway, the whole point is, I don't know how I got on that, but Caitlin Clark is the 2024. She is the Athlete of the Year, and on Time Magazine, 100% agree with that. But did you see who Time has listed as their possible Persons of the Year?
LeBron James, man.
Man, hell no. LeBron James, that's an athlete.
No, Person of the Year? I don't know. Who you got?
The 10 finalists. Kamala Harris. You're talking about a woman who might be the dumbest person on planet Earth, period, in the discussion. Never could have gotten through a primary, never got a vote, lied to the American people and said Joe Biden's great, constantly BS'd about Trump, couldn't not read off the teleprompter, can't answer questions, and again, spent $1.5 billion to get her ass kicked. Why would she be Person of the Year? She's a loser.
She knows the owner
Her
of the
career
magazine.
is over. She's a B-word. I hate her more than anybody. I hate that dumb woman. Did you see how drunk she was the last time? Look, I believe it was her cocaine in the White House. Listen to, do you know Judge
On the desk? On that desk?
Do you know Judge Joe Brown?
Absolutely.
He's known her since California. You know what he said she is? He said, I worked in Memphis for a lot of pimps and hoes, and I know a hoe when I see one. And Kamala Harris is the biggest hoe to ever run for office. She played the couch cane. And again, she doesn't know anything. She's a lawyer. Government, everything that she thinks you can just make up a new law and enforce BS. I couldn't even believe that you were thinking about putting a loser who did not. Oh, by the way, did she get one single delegate? One delegate in the Democratic Party? No. Spent $101.5 billion, $20 million still in debt, and the woman got her ass kicked.
Tell us how you really feel, John.
Second, this person's for the time of the year. Kate Middleton. Do you know who that is?
Nope.
I don't either, but they say she's a prince. Is she the one that's actually a prince, or is she the one that's married to the annoying man?
Let's go with the annoying
That's
man.
Meghan Markle, isn't it? No.
Okay.
So Kate Middleton, I don't know why the Prince of Wales would be the Time Person of the Year. I don't know if you know Time. She's English. You're not going to pick? You're gonna go get somebody who is a princess who doesn't do jack?
I think it's an international award.
Man, stupidest BS I've ever heard. Elon Musk, Tesla CEO and tech billionaire. Well, I mean, he does have SpaceX. He's the richest man in the world. He's doing a thing where he's gonna start like getting rid of waste. I get it. He's a little crazy, but I get it. Joe Rogan up there is podcaster. I can see why, because he's the best there is in the business. And then you have Mark Zuckerberg. And then I just want to know something. Why Mark Zuckerberg?
Facebook is still huge.
Man, shut up, Mark. You stole it from the Vanderdink twins or something. And then they have also Donald Trump, President-elect of the United States. And Jerome Powell, Chairman of the U.S. Federal Reserve. Jerome Powell is the chairman of the U.S. Federal Reserve, who also was in charge of the Federal Reserve when we had the highest inflation since Jimmy Carter was in office. So why would we give it to an a-hole who's been raising our interest rates and dealing now? I'm blaming that all on stupid-ass Joe Biden. But again, I just realized Time Magazine, you need to just disappear, because this top 10 finalist order is straight up absolutely ass and trash. You got a person who lost an election.
You said Time Magazine go away, John. They've been around since 1923.
Well, you know what? I don't think anybody's reading Time magazine anymore. I mean, how many magazines you been
This,
picking up lately?
this is actually their is this year their centennial? I think it was just last year. Centennial year, man. Go away time.
I mean, I agree with Caitlin Clark. Look what she's done for the women's game. Can't argue with that. But, I mean, again, some of these people on here losing their damn mind. Now, we didn't even go over the top 10 and kind of finish that up yet, so I'm going to jump in there and give you a little of this and a little bit of that. Oh, my goodness.
Fired up, John. We like it.
Oh, by the way, have you heard about that Luigi guy?
Luigi, yes. Luigi, they caught Mr. Luigi allegedly. That's what, since we're on air and millions of people are listening to us, John, we have to say allegedly.
Allegedly, they think he's the guy who killed the CEO for United Health. It looked very like a hit. Comes out, dude's actually smart as all get out.
Smart. University of Penn, so not Penn State. He was an Ivy League guy.
Yeah, he got a bachelor's in computer science, a master's in computer science, and then a master's in, like, pimp stuff.
Watch it. With all that said, he leaves a bag of Monopoly money. What do you think that meant?
I don't know. I'm kind of wondering, like, why would this guy do this, kill this guy, and then go to a McDonald's and have his gun there, have money there, have a manifesto there, have all that stuff? Like, if he was an Ivy League dude, don't you think he would have known to get rid of that ish?
No, I think he did it all. I think this is very elaborate. When he hits the stand, if he hits the stand, or whenever his story comes out, you'll figure out that this was a very elaborately planned deal. Like the shell casings, they had inscribed messages on them. Who inscribes a message on a shell casing that you know you're going to shoot someone with? Leave the Monopoly money around, little hints and clues. I think this is going to be one of the worst, murders that become solved of all time because it was so well thought out.
I will say, actually, though, one thing that's confusing, his eyebrows. Did you see his eyebrows?
I saw Luigi.
His are basically, like, together as one. The other dude had, like, two eyebrows.
Did you see the picture of him eating the hash brown
And
before?
by the way, realistically, so some, like, fat chick in McDonald's recognizes him.
Okay, so I got the full story. So there was actually slightly skewed. A person inside the McDonald's.
Fat.
Yeah, but the person inside McDonald's, there was another customer that alerted the staff member.
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you is, once that, because there was a $60,000 reward for his capture and obviously conviction. Those are the little fine prints they never tell you. So once he gets convicted, if he gets convicted, and that $60,000 comes down, who gets it? The person that alerted the staff member or the actual staff member that called the cops? It's like if you told me, hey, I think that's the killer. I pick up 911, boom, bang, he's arrested. Is that my money, your money, or do we split it?
I think you have to split it.
You gotta split that, right?
You better split it. That's crazy.
But I work at McDonald's.
But you don't work at McDonald's.
I mean, like the person that called 911, they work at McDonald's. They could use that 60 G's. Unless it was like the manager.
Weird stuff. All right, one other thing I got to do. I told you about my top 5 teams. We talked about Kansas City and Detroit, Buffalo, Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Number 6 for me, Minnesota Vikings. 11-2. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Sam Darnold's, hell, he played the best game of his NFL career, threw 5 touchdowns the other day. Their defense is playing great. You can't argue with it.
Legit.
They've been legit. Number 6, Green Bay Packers, because I love Jordan Love. I mean, they took the Lions to the brink on the road, 34-31 in that loss. They're a very good football team. I think they're going to continue to get better each week.
A ballsy 4th and 1 away from winning that game.
Then for me, I have to go to the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens, to get the Giants coming off a bye week, and I think they'll beat the brakes off of them. But that defense still freaks me out, and I just don't know if I can trust Lamar. And then I'm kind of curious. 8-5 Chargers, 8-5 Denver Broncos. You got a lot of people banged up for this Chargers team. I love Justin Herbert. I think he is a mad man. Thing is, though, I also believe Denver. I mean, I'm starting to become a huge fan of Bo Nix. Huge fan of Bo Nix. And then I'm kind of curious, do you like the Washington Commanders or the Los Angeles Rams? My last one.
Rams.
Matt Stafford, Cooper Kupp. Oh, Puka Nacua. Kyron Williams. Sean McVay. But the Commanders, man, Scary Terry and last year's Heisman Trophy winner, Jaden Daniels, playing some pretty damn good football. Teams that I haven't even mentioned, Texans are going to make the playoffs, but I think they're terrible. Their offensive line is completely trash. They've taken a step backwards. Their defense is not nearly as good as it was. It just feels like there's only a few teams that can actually really go out there and take care of business this year. But we've been talking a lot of NFL football. We talked with my man Danny Barlow, UFC. We did Heisman Trophy. You got Ashton Genty, who's going to be there. You got Cam Ward. You also have Dylan Gabriel. And, of course, Travis Hunter.
And you compared Ashton Genty to the King.
Derrick Henry.
The King.
Derrick bleeping.
The man is in the middleweight, and the King is a heavyweight.
Genty ain't no middleweight. Jenny's going to be a bad man.
I'm going to buy you a Genty t-shirt for Christmas.
I love this guy. By the way, you know, Joe Burrow had a birthday. 27 years old. Young buck, isn't he? Damn, Taylor Swift gave $200 million in bonuses from her Eras tour to her, the people who work for her. I kind of like her a little bit better now after that. That's a hell of a tip, right? 200 milli? Not like she doesn't have it, but my goodness, man, we've been talking all kinds of BS all day long. We got one more segment. It's Tuesday. What are you betting on tonight? Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to bet on, so don't touch the dial. We're back in Two Shake Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
You get the best of Memphis for lunch and dinner at Elwood Shack. Choose from house pastrami, corned beef, smoked turkey, roast beef, roast pork, beef brisket, and pulled shoulders, all made in-house. Elwood's fresh baked bread is delivered daily from the our bakery in Cordova, and all Elwood's gifts and sweet treats come from Frost Bakery. Open daily for lunch and dinner at Elwood Shack on summer in the Lowe's parking lot. And the newest Elwood's at 4045 plus Northern. Get the best of Memphis anywhere else at Elwood Shack.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you can be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director of Lexus in Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Cheetos Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. We got like some college basketball. We got a little NBA basketball. Not much, man. Tuesday, December 10th, Magic and the Bucks. Milwaukee 7-point favorite over the Magic currently.
Oh, put some respect on that. That's the cup tonight, right? Isn't that the cup?
We have 2 NBA Cup quarterfinals.
Cup games, right?
Yeah,
they're not just regular cup games. I mean,
but
regular games.
Aren't these the quarterfinals?
Yeah. These are good, you know.
Yeah, these are the good ones.
Good ones.
And then you have the Mavericks, who are going to be playing at 8:30 on TNT against the Thunder. I don't know if you've noticed lately, Mavericks have been playing freaking fabulous basketball. They've won their last 7 straight games. I don't see any reason that they can't get it done again tonight. They have been smoking people like Cooter Brown. I know it's in Oklahoma City, and the Thunder are 9-2 at home. But dude, and I love Shea. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is the truth. But man, how do I not back Kyrie? How do I not back my man Luka, Derek Lively, all them wild men out there who are just tearing things up? I mean, P.J. Washington, he's a game-time decision. I'm a little bit worried about that. But Chet, he's been out for I can't even remember how long. So is Jalen Williams. I like Oklahoma City. You're going to give me Dallas right now plus 4.5. I'm taking Dallas. Again, winners of 7 in a row. They're finally catching everything. It looks like they're pushing up everything in the right direction. And they haven't just been beating people. They've been smoking people. They own the Grizzlies. And I look at like the wins for the Oklahoma City in their last 3, Utah, Toronto, New Orleans. That ain't nothing special. Take the points. It's the NBA Cup quarterfinals. It's the 8:30 game tonight. And I think Luka's going to go ham. Dallas plus the 4.5. I don't just like it. I love it. And I sure as hell want a little bit more of it. Did also want to remind you about My Automatic Gates Construction. I had one put in, year and a half ago now. When I first reached out, I actually got to give all the credit to Chas because I was like, man, I can't let my dogs out in the backyard. And I ain't build no fence, so I called My Automatic Gates Construction. I went to myautomaticgates.com. They seamlessly blend security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal to elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution. Automatic Gates Construction at myautomaticgates.com. That's my time. Peace!